In a world brimming over with liquid menaces, we bring you Sony's waterproof and dustproof Xperia Z1. And if you think this looks familiar, well, that's because it's actually very much like the Sony Xperia Z, which came out earlier in the year.
However, these two Sony phones are not identical. The Z1 comes with some significant upgrades, and the most important of those is undoubtedly the improved camera module. The bigger sensor and lens add noticeably to the length of the Z1, making this a seriously big 5-inch phone. But in return, these oversized components give you high quality still images of up to 20 megapixels. The Z1's camera isn't quite in the same league as Nokia's Lumia 1020, which benefits from optical stabilization and an even larger sensor, but it's still a notch above other Android flagships.
In fact, although these two phones certainly invite comparison, it's unfair to stack them up against each other solely on the basis of their camera modules. Whereas the 1020 invests a lot of space in its camera and has this big bulge on the back and has what you could call an emerging operating system, Sony has designed the Z1 to be an all-rounder of a device, a very mainstream Android smartphone.
The phone feels understated, yet weighty and sophisticated, and although it's prone to attracting dust, it's hard not to gain real affection for Sony's build quality. Although flaps are necessary to maintain environmental protection, they're well made and not too inconvenient to use. One of them even hides a micro SD slot for cheap storage expansion. And then there's the display. Sony has actually put as much effort into this 1080p panel as it has into the camera. Admittedly, it doesn't have great viewing angles or outdoor visibility, but the triluminous colour reproduction and sharpness are well suited to movie playback, so long as you're displaying native 1080p content. Inexplicably, Sony's Video Unlimited store is still standard definition only on mobile. The Xperia Z1 has a cutting-edge processor too, a Snapdragon 800 that makes light work of even the toughest apps and has decent battery life. The phone makes amends for its predecessor's lack of stamina, lasting a day and a half with moderate use and a healthy 12 hours in our rundown test.
So, while the Z1 can't claim to have the best camera on the market, it does have probably the best imaging that you can get in a skinny form factor, and Sony deserves kudos for ticking so many boxes. Good display, expandable storage, good battery, good processor, and as for waterproofing, well, suffice it to say that if you drop your phone into a pint of beer, nothing will get ruined, except for the beer.
This has been Sharif for Engadget. Thanks for watching.
Yep, it seems fine. And the beer, it's not ruined. Not ruined at all.